Blessings, people of God. I welcome my new subscribers. Thank you so much for your submission. Thank you for sharing the word and the prophetic word. I am Apostle Royal, for those who don't know me. I want to share very quickly with you the timetable of repetitions and the way it was dropped in my spirit. I spoke about the 7 years of harvest, which is beginning of January, I said 2023. And then I said we will have a 7 other years of tribulation, which is gonna be um, the year of 2030. From there on, it's gonna begin the time of tribulation, great suffering. So how do you know, Apostle Royal, that these things are going to take place? Well, Apostle Royal doesn't know, but the Spirit of God knows. And some events and some worldly events, some spirits are roaming around. If no one confront them, if no one puts an end to it, there are some generational repetitions, like the spirit of war that is rising. I spoke about the spirit of Hitler since 2020. I'm prophesying it is rising. I spoke about great suffering. I spoke about those events that are going to take place, the 7 years of tribulation. Now, by the Spirit of God, just very quickly, I want to give you just some understanding on the timetable of those things that are going to take place by the Spirit of God. Now, I said 7 years of harvest, and there is gonna awakening, the great awakening and revival is gonna take place. Now, if you remember, the revival of Azusa Street has taken place in the 1900. It was along 29, 30, 31, so on. And it held for a long time. So at least for 7 years. And in that time, from the 1930 till 1937, for 7 years, the enemies were preparing as well in those revival years and of the Great Awakening. The enemies were also preparing, and the Lord took me deep into history. That was the preparation of great Stalin, the time of Stalin and the time of Hitler. In that time, they were preparing while we had the awakening was taking place. Now, and then we know that the completely, totally power, they have taken power over those nations, where in those years of 1938, 39, 40, and so on, where the World War III, Second World War has taken place. Not three is yet to come. So, from 1937 till 2037, it makes 100 years. Follow me, please, by the Spirit of God. From 1937 till 2037 are 100 years. So this is where I have prophesied by the Spirit of God that 7 years of tribulation are coming after the 7 years of harvest, meaning from 2030 on, so it's gonna take place great suffering, tribulation, and so on. So bit by bit. So, and this is gonna make them those 100 years. And the history is repeating itself. And this is the warning of the Lord. Apostle Royal doesn't know, but the Spirit of God knows. This is why God took me back to history. So the enemies are also preparing in the time of our harvest but it is also the time of the harvest of the Lord, meaning that those who are rising already and are preparing in the dark, the Lord has already also marked them for destruction. Yes, they are going to have the power to do whatever they have planned to do, but God is letting us know, and He is preparing us on what's about to come. So He wants me to repeat it again, that great suffering is coming, the time where no one can sell and no one can buy, which I have already prophesied when I spoke about Ukraine conflict and to pray for them. So this is where history repeat itself. So this is why I gave you those exact times from 2023 for 7 years. The harvest and awakening is gonna take place, but this kind of awakening is gonna be an awakening that is gonna help generations to come to stand. So, but the enemy are preparing as well, that they will have the time also then to do their own thing and to take over. So I just want to give you the timetable on where God took me through history, that history is repeating itself. So, like I said, from Azusa Street, Great Awakening in those days, in those 1900, so, and 29, 30, 31, and so on, where the Great Awakening happened. But in the time of 1937, so on, they were completely overpowered by the enemies that took the power over Stalin and Hitler and also Mussolini. So, like I said, it's going to be 100 years, 1937 till 2037. History is going to repeat itself. This is all I wanted to share with you. And the Lord, like I said, He showed me many things on how people are preparing in the dark. Again, the time of Stalin that is coming is at hand, and the spirit of Hitler is already risen. So to take over, the Lord is preparing us, people of God. Be alert, be awakened, be vigilant, be sober. So the time of great suffering is at hand.